Owari no Seraph, episode 8. Great fucking episode, man. What is that music that was in the background when they were walking through the train station when they were killing like some of the weaker vampires in the first part of this episode? What was that background music? That shit was epic as fuck. Because usually the show is kind of quiet or it has like very, very soft background music. Not this time. That shit was loud. It was aggressive. I was just like, yeah, I'm fucking with this shit. Oh, man. That fucking music was so dope. But this episode, fucking great. Again, these are some of the parts that I'm not really seeing. Well, I just did get volume 3. But I'm trying to decide, should I read it or not? Because the episodes right now are technically where volume 3 and 4 are, right? So I was just like, should I read it now? I don't know if I should read it now because I'm watching the episodes, you know what I'm saying? I might not read it now, just watch the episodes, then go back and read it. And then I'll buy the other volumes and shit because then season 2 comes out like in October or some shit, so I just do it then. But man, this episode, man, it was good to finally see, like, you didn't like explicitly use teamwork, but he sort of did because he's putting his teammates' lives above his own. So I thought it was cool. You know what I'm saying? He didn't like explicitly use teamwork. It wasn't like they were like, we're gonna run formation Delta Zero and you know what I'm saying, you be in the front and we'll give you aid and all that sort of shit. No, it wasn't like that, but he did protect his friends and his teammates though, man. Especially the blonde haired girl. What was her name? Mitsubi or some shit like that. I can't remember her name. It began with an M. I watched the episode like 4 days ago, I'm sorry. But he really did protect her. Like when that vampire was choking her and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because it turns out they initially thought it was 7, but it was 8 of them or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like they initially thought that it was just a 7, and they actually had their backs facing the 5 who they thought was left, but there were 3 more there. You know what I'm saying? So I guess it was a total of 10 instead of it being a total of 7. You know, but that vampire was choking the blonde haired girl. She was just like, leave me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a lost cause, y'all retreat, just get out of here. And he was like, no, fuck all that. And he's getting cut up and everything, but he still was just beasting. I mean, he initially killed 2 vampires upstairs. He just stabbed the one. He was like, I was just waiting for you to give me the go ahead. As soon as you said prepare to attack, that's what I did. He was unarmed and I attacked him. Then he killed the other one, and then downstairs he was just going hand. Now they cut that out, so I definitely gonna have to read the manga on that part because that fight was handled off panel, off screen, which I'm pretty sure they didn't do in the manga. I'm pretty sure they showcased that shit, you know what I'm saying? So there's that. But I really did like that he was doing all he could to protect his friends. That shit was dope. You know what I'm saying? Even this episode had its funny moments. You know what I'm saying? As serious as I initially thought it was, it had its funny moments because the blonde haired girl was looking at you as he was talking to the little girl from episode 7 or whatever. Because it kind of turns out the girl sort of lied. You know what I'm saying? Well, she did lie. It wasn't no sort of. She lied and said that it was only this amount, but it was actually more than that. But she did it to protect her friends who were down there and the family because the vampire told her to, or they were going to kill them. You know, so the blonde haired girl was looking at you, and Shinoa just started narrating this shit out of nowhere. Like it was just so funny. She was just like, she looks at him, gazing at him, and then after a while the 2 start to fall. Like she just fucking narrating this shit. It was funny as shit. So now it's probably confirmed that the blonde haired girl, probably the tsundere character. Out as much I know she likes you like that, but she's definitely the tsundere. She likes him more than she lets on, especially because she says she hates him all the time. So yeah, I thought that was funny. You know what I'm saying? I thought that shit was actually pretty funny, you know. And then the whole car scene was funny as shit too. Kimizaki, I never can remember his name. Kimmy was hot wiring the car, and you were just like, please let me drive. And Kimmy was just like, okay, I'll give you a lesson after this, man, but you know what I'm saying, not right now. All of a sudden, you just fucking see the fucking Humvee just take off, hit a fucking pole. You dumb as hell. It was just the funniest shit. I mean, because one thing, if you don't know how to drive, that's fine. But why did you step on the gas that fucking hard? I mean, he was flying up the street. And we're talking about in a Humvee. He was flying up the street. Even when he backed up, flying up the street. It's like, damn, man, like, why you pushing down on the gas so hard? But then they go to Shinjuku and they meet up with a noble. I don't know if the other two girls who was with that guy was a noble, but the initial guy was a noble. I don't know if it was because you could see the sort of capish thing he had on his shoulder, but it was obvious. Well, it wasn't obvious, but you mentioned that that guy was a noble, and he was like, "Don't even stop, fucking keep running to him," you know. And they fucking jump out the Humvee and let the Humvee run into the guy, but the guy catches the shit. Well, you know what I thought was gonna happen? I thought the guy was gonna catch the shit, and then someone was gonna be there. I thought you was gonna be. I thought that the guy was gonna catch the car, lift up the way he did, and look down and see that you was right there waiting to kill him. That's what I thought was gonna happen, but now he fucking picks up the car, he throws the shit, you know what I'm saying, and then they proceed to have like a little battle. But it turns out that this guy had like a first class weapon. All the other vampires they fought had like second class weapons, but this guy had like a first class weapon. And he was about to go after Shinoa, and then you just badasses it, man. He just fucking slaps that shit away. You know, so he slaps the guy's sword away. And the vampires have swords that take their blood. So is that a demon weapon too? Because the sword responded when he spoke to it. You know what I'm saying? He said, take my blood. And the spikes went through his own hand to like just for him to be able to smack away Yūichi's attack. So do those swords talk too? Well, not talk, but do they are they demons in a sense? You know what I'm saying? Do they respond to the wishes and desires of the vampires? That's kind of weird. But yeah, you slaps the guy's sword away. You know, he saves Shinoa's life, and after that though, because they were about to they were prepared to attack the noble. They were like, fuck that shit. Because at first you said, are we going to retreat? And then the girl was just like, nah, we wouldn't be able to like get away from it even if we could. You know what I'm saying? Because our cars were short, so we had to run on foot. You know what I'm saying? So they were prepared to attack, and she was just like, let's just go all out. Let's just go to the highest level where it's almost like the demons have taken over our bodies, and let's fight. But then two other vampires show up. Now again, I don't know if they were nobles as well, but two other vampires showed up. You know, but they said Lord Ferret is waiting on you. So the noble vampire left. You know what I'm saying? He appeared behind you because he kept asking what his name was. He appeared behind him and he was like, all right, take care. I'll be back to drink your blood, but take care. And he fucking leaves. You know, and you know, you was kind of pissed off that the vampire was kind of fucking around with them, but Shinoa was just kind of like, look, man, this is what we were talking about. We need the teamwork. So I'm pretty sure you was gonna come around to noticing that teamwork and cooperation is needed to handle this sort of situation, because no one kind of knew what to do, and no one could really do anything because they don't have any team-based sort of attack. So, you know, that's kind of, you know, that's kind of where that shit stands right then and there. But they're prepared to go inside Shinjuku, so it's about to go down. I'm assuming that you was gonna meet Michaela inside of Shinjuku, because Michaela is also on his way to Shinjuku. So I'm assuming that they're gonna meet up with each other there. No, but those are my thoughts on on the Owari no Seraph episode 8, man. Let me know what you guys thought about the shit. I thought it was dope as fuck. I really thought it was dope as fuck. Let me know what you thought about the shit though, man. Bash some P.